This is Courageous Christina Marie, and you're watching 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I
fly. No, normally you would see Chaz running this, but he ain't running this show today. It's your boy, that's right, the Air Force veteran, intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood red dog. That's right, I'm running point for this show today, and I'm the only one here who got blessed up. I just got to put it out there.
Your boy Red Dog himself. Yes, sir.
Never fails.
No. It does not fail. It's great.
Oh, he muted himself. Oh, he totally muted himself.
Oh.
Ooh. You have to try that.
It never works out like I think it's going to get played. But we have a great show for you guys today. But let's go down the roster. That's right. To the man on, I think it's on my right. He's right there. That's the dude. All right. So he is my tag team partner. Usually he's the one doing this piece, but he's not, because he's the guy who doesn't do shit, run shit. He just talks shit. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the leader of Pure Ignorance, and 1/5 of Made Man Mafia. Y'all know what that means soon enough. So you guys give it up to the man himself, Chaz the Don.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don, Chaz Evans, and I'm not running point because I didn't run this. I didn't book this card. All right, I don't know what's going on today. So yes, thank you for calling me the leader of Pure Ignorance. I'm not sure how the other two Negroes will feel about that, but yeah.
Bet. Well, you guys see him. He's the man who owes money to no one, but everyone owes money to him. He comes from the Dark Lord. He is 6 none the richer. Give it up for the Dark Lord.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my money from Hitler.
And as you can see, we're being joined by some special guests to us today. We're going to start with her first. You guys can catch her on TikTok. She is amazing. She is Lana Banana herself, the Irish last kicker, the real Irish last kicker, Lana.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. And returning to the show, you guys saw her last season. She's here. She's repping Detroit. You know, I think she might even be going for the Bengals this year. I don't know if we're with the Super Bowl, but we're going to talk about it. So give it up for her, Wheezy Blonde. Bet. So we are going to go through some announcements real quick. If you guys don't know, you guys can always check out all of our merch on Pro Wrestling Tees, or here soon, What a Maneuver. You guys know all of our links down below. They just show right there below us. Just right there. And then also, last but not least, if you guys are wondering what's going on and now entering the ring, simple. We have 3 episodes coming out for you guys. We have Moses of Shane Taylor Promotions. We have Tyree Taylor of Prolific. And then last but not least, we have the rookie himself, D'Angelo. You guys can catch him on TikTok as well. He will be joining us for now entering the ring. But that is it for our big announcements, because, you know, we don't really have a whole lot more to talk about. So let's get in to match of the week, which is simple. It's just, what's your guys' match of the week? So we're going to start off with Lana. What was your match of the week?
Ooh, this week I think it was the Adam Page and Lance Archer, that death match. That was insane. Absolutely insane. That was my fave match this week. I didn't watch a lot of WWE this week, so.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Let's go. Wheezy Blonde, what was your match of the week?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't watched shit this week. So I haven't watched anything this week. So we're just gonna say that the match is watching everyone on TikTok fight each other about wrestling stuff. That's my match of the week. I'm sorry. It's been a long week.
There has some brutal
Yeah.
debates going on
It
the
has.
TikTok world. That is
It's
all
been
fact.
insane.
So the Dark Lord, Damien, what was your match of the week?
I think I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on this one again.
I knew it. I knew it.
So,
I knew
but
it.
I admitted it last week. I can't do it 2 weeks in a row.
That's
can't.
now 4 weeks. That is
I don't
now.
know what you're talking about.
That's now
I don't know
4
what you're talking
weeks
about.
that you have then pled the fifth
Nope.
because you refused on the
Nope.
air to claim that AEW had the best match on TV this week.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a month. You are starting off 2022 on a roll, bro.
Ooh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. See,
So
hold on.
you
What, so
already know.
last week you weren't on. Was it last week you weren't on?
Yeah, I wasn't on last week.
Yeah, so I actually admitted it.
I know. I watched it. I remember.
Yeah.
I specifically watched the first half of the show in the car just to hear you say it. That AEW had, whatever match was it last week? That was Punk, right? That was Punk and MJF last week. So yeah, just to hear you say that match was the best match of the week.
Well,
And
as I said,
you didn't prove me wrong.
I'm taking the fifth on this one this week. So we gonna keep it moving.
Yep, we are. Chaz, what you got, man? What was your match of the week?
I'm going AEW again. The tag match on Dynamite, John Moxley and Punk versus FTR. Being a tag team guy myself, I love tag team wrestling, and anytime that 4 men or women put on a tag team clinic, I'm all for it. And that's what Wednesday night was. Way better than the tag match on Friday night. It had certain deers in it.
Yo, you know me, I'm on type of one because I have the Red Dogs Power Rankings. I'm not gonna give you guys my top match, but I will give you guys my honorable mention, which would be Hook versus Brock Lee on Rampage. It's something about Hook, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. That dude is like,
I want to fight Hook.
yo.
Like, I need to get on Rampage to fight Hook so I can get buried like everybody else.
And you know, Chaz and I know the deal. When it comes to Hook, it's 1, 2, fuck your finish.
Exactly. I'm totally going into business for myself. I'm kicking out of his finisher. I'm not gonna tap out when he puts me to submission. You're never gonna see me on Turner broadcast ever again.
All right. Yeah. So let's hop into this, right? We're gonna hop into our first debate topic. This was inspired, right? This debate topic was inspired by one of our special guests here. She kicked us off, and so a lot of people had some debate about this topic, and I wanted to talk about it here. So Shawn Michaels, is he the GOAT? I don't know. Let's talk about it. So Weezy, the floor is yours. I would love to hear your opinion.
So this got blown up into something that it was not supposed to be. I feel if anyone has been like following me for a little bit, it's just common knowledge that I like to piss people off, and I'll just throw it out there, like, fuck Shawn Michaels. Like, I just, I don't like him. I've never liked him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But when I was growing up, I grew up in a friend group of all boys. I was the only girl, and I didn't like Shawn Michaels then. And even as an adult, as I've gotten older, and then you find out more about Shawn Michaels the person, then I really was like, oh, really, fuck that guy. Now, I know it hurts. Most guys, it really hurts. I know you guys love him. I know. But I don't discredit the fact that he's amazing in the ring. I don't discredit the fact that he, in the late 90s, he just was everything, that he was a trailblazer, that there wouldn't be a lot of different talent that there is today without him. I just don't like him. And that's really hard for people to accept, that I just don't have to like him. But I am curious what you have to say in the reasons as to why you like him, because I don't know that I've ever really had that conversation with somebody. People are always just immediately like, Shawn Michaels is the greatest. Shawn Michaels is the GOAT. But they never give me reasons why. They're just like, how do you not like Shawn Michaels? I'm like, because I don't. So I want to. I'm willing to listen. I'm all ears. Maybe you can convert me. I don't know.
So
Doubt
I probably
it.
won't, because you just don't like him as a person, which is totally understandable.
As a person, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, like
Or what? Okay, hold on. He was. I guess he's gotten a little
came
better.
back and he found Jesus and
I
got
heard-
saved and
I
all
heard-
that. Yes, I
Oh,
completely
he's
understand.
horrible. Oh, he's
Shawn Michaels as a
horrible.
person, complete crap.
Oh God, yeah.
Completely understand. So
He's a
that
fucking douchebag.
yeah. It's like that's low key why he's he got the stuff anyway. I'm like debating against my own point. All right, so let's start off with this, right? So when Shawn debuted, right? Shawn was in the era of the big sweaty meat slapping meat era of wrestling, right? You had your big guys.
Mm-hmm.
So for Shawn to come in during that time period and then to have the success not as a single star but as a tag team with Marty Jannetty speaks to itself, because even then they were already talking that Shawn was based off his in-ring ability was one of the best, because he's technically sound. That's like we've seen that in his matches with Bret Hart. He's technically sound. He was also one of the first in the American era, in that American genre of wrestling, doing high flying stuff like bringing that lucha style over. So he's also a trailblazer in that sense of it.
Mm-hmm.
We go through like just his way of telling stories, I think, is to this day is unmatched. Like we can name matches, and like if you talk to a lot of different people, you can name a bunch of Shawn Michaels matches that are bangers, like that he told an incredible story. We all know WrestleMania 25. That's the easy one. But there's ones on Raw. Like that's the two matches that he had with Shelton Benjamin on Raw. Absolute killers.
Oh yeah.
Those on free TV. Like, let's not talk about his match with Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho at Mania, the stuff that he did with Triple H, during Triple H's Reign of Terror. Like
that match with Mankind.
The match with Mankind. The first Hell in a Cell match. The first Elimination Chamber match since Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Shawn's been has been a heavy hitter in a lot of these groundbreaking things. And it's like, my little brother, I wish he was on, but he said it best. He was like, he's like a combination of Flair, as far as in-ring ability, charismatic of Randy Savage, and just a super athlete all in one during the 90s. So is Shawn, like I always say, wrestling is subjective. It's always subjective. But Shawn, if not the GOAT, he's definitely in the top 3 conversation. Because I've always said this, like if you can give me like a logical reason why Shawn isn't number 1 or number 2, I'm all for it. Like some people say Bret Hart is the GOAT, and they have a legitimate reason why. Like I'm all for that. Me, I have personal bias. Shawn Michaels was the first wrestler I ever seen wrestle. So growing up as a kid, like I was like, the Heartbreak Kid, yeah. That's right when DX came back, and in the socket. Yeah. So I have also personal bias because Shawn's also my number 1 favorite wrestler of all time. So there's also bias, but Shawn is definitely, if not the GOAT, he's in the top 3.
All right, I want to get Lana's opinion on this.
Oh, I'm pretty much on the same level as Weezy. Like, I guess when I was a kid, I liked him, but as I grew up and I started to know Shawn Michaels, the person, he's a trash bag, and I think that really skewed my view of him. And then I suppose with different matches over the years with him, some of them have been good, some of them have been phenomenal. I'll give him that. But like the way he just never would put anyone over, that really always got me. The Taker match in Saudi Arabia was horrendous. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh, that was garbage.
He should have just stayed retired. Like just stay away.
I agree.
No, I agree.
That's like legit if like me, Cliff, and Damian just went out there and was like, yeah, we're like 60 years old. Like, let's go have a match. We haven't done this in something long. And yeah, we're like old trash bags wrestling. Yeah,
I would have never went out there.
I wouldn't have went out there either. I'm a thief.
No, the fact that he got persuaded to go back and wrestle like this one last match with DX and the Brothers of Destruction was just it was nice on paper
Yeah.
20 years
It could
ago.
have been so good.
Yeah.
Potential. Like DX
Oh,
coming back should have been huge, but it really wasn't.
No. Damien, what's your opinion?
All right, so see, I'm old enough to have been like following Sean's career, like the time he first showed up before he started tagging with like all of that crap. Like got a lot. Like he's contributed a lot to the business. As like I get it as far as like the person is concerned. Sometimes it's hard for people to separate the person from the wrestler.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. And I get that. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, like Shawn Michaels was a horrible person. I ain't gonna say he currently is a horrible person, but like that meant he was a piece of shit. But that when it comes to that, that's like, you know, with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit. But I don't downplay his accomplishments. You know what I mean? I know, I get you what you said.
Y'all know I hate that racist piece of shit.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But at the same
Go ahead,
time,
Jamie.
because of Hulkamania, we got what we got, like with wrestling being popular. So I mean, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like Hulk Hogan is like, you know, dog shit, but I mean,
And Bret
the man
Hart was
did
coming
do his
around
thing.
the corner.
You know, and well,
Bret
no, I
Hart was
mean,
coming
Bret,
around the corner.
but see, at the same time, Bret Hart ain't a saint himself. So I mean,
Oh, no,
most wrestlers from that era, when it comes to where you saying like the GOAT route, you know, Mount Rushmore and all that shit, all of them were garbage. They were horrible fucking people. That locker room was horrible.
You know, it's crazy though, because like we're talking about this, right? And like if you look back, like a lot of the people that we would consider like to be the GOATs, right? Whether it's like Bret or Hogan or Michaels.
I'll never consider Hulk Hogan as a GOAT.
Stop it, because you know we know, but there's things behind the scenes that we all see with all these people that we're like, we acknowledge that there's like massive failures in like their personal life, right? Now, granted, like with Shawn Michaels coming back, you know, finding God, like he found like a better way of living life, which is cool. But I feel like when you talk about a generation of like workers, like, yeah, I would put Shawn up there. He'd be my top 3. Of course, everybody would know, like if I was to put someone, Rey Mysterio, maybe AJ Styles, and then like Chris Jericho would all be in it. But all those guys have had some kind of controversy in their past that's like, yeah, you might be the GOAT, but there's a lot of people that you shit on and just kind of push to the wayside to get to where you are. You have so many people who look up to you in your wrestling career, and that you've gone through and just, you know, been a complete douchebag like while you're trying to make your way up to the top. But then once you got up there, like, you know, you're looking at someone like AJ Styles now, even Rey Mysterio now, like those guys are over, like putting other people over and like making sure that they're trying to crop up the new generation of stars. Look at somebody like Chris Jericho. He's doing the same thing on AEW. But when you look at Shawn, like for a while, Shawn was like, look, either I'm going to be at the top of the card, like either putting over the top talent or not putting people over at all. And like, we saw that. We saw it with the SummerSlam match, right? Hogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not losing to him. And then he did, but he was like, I'm going to make it the most absurd thing I've ever done. So it's something to be said, though. But if you look at it through history, no one can hear you, man, because you're muted. But
that's
anyway.
a classic moment, okay? Sean, that's a classic. We're going to be talking about that for years just because of his performance.
Hey, just like your brother said, it's a classic.
Do we talk about Hogan in that match? No, we talk about the GOAT Sean's performance. And how he sold. See, there you go.
Well, why did he sell that way? Because he didn't want to put Hogan over. So he was like, I'm just going to make it the most absurd thing of all time. Like, I agree, Weezy, I agree. Like, when you look at the history of, like, Shawn Michaels and, like, the stuff that he's gone on, saying that he got beat up by 3 Marines when it was just one dude who knocked him out. Like, there's a lot of stuff in his past that keeps coming back and keeps, like, biting him in the ass to say, like, yeah, man, this is the classic dude. Now, granted, you can work all styles. Yeah, He can, and he's very good at his job. But hey, we don't talk about another quarterback in the NFL being the GOAT after what he did and got locked up for a few years. Just saying, like.
I don't
So
know
when
anything
you look
about
at
the NFL, so
No.
that metaphor is lost on me.
anybody here in the U.S. that knows what I'm talking about, a certain QB who I consider, like, I love Mike Vick, the quarterback, right? But I don't like Mike Vick, the person, right? I can just differ those two. But with Sean, a lot of his stuff is blurred into his reality, into his world, whether it was like his back injuries, losing his smile, talking about sunny days, like all sorts of stuff. Like, dude, you were really like putting some real shit out there. And then, and then you just like, I'm gonna go walk away. Like, come on, man. Like,
I think that's another big reason that I don't feel like I'm that attached to him, because I think when I was watching when I was younger, it was, but I remember it was really between like the 98 and 02 that he was gone. So he wasn't even a part of anything that I really remember. Was I watching, when Sid was champion? Yes, but I don't remember it that much. So I think people that are a little bit older than me have more of a connection with him than I do. So I admit that too. But like you said, wrestling is also subjective, and he's just the one person that with his personal life, I can just immediately be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Because I just don't have.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
I dig it. Well, I feel like those were like really great conversations that we're having here. But okay, let's play the card, man. Y'all can pick one wrestler though. You gotta consider him the GOAT. Who are you considering the GOAT? We'll start with Lana, and then we're gonna go down to Weezy.
Oh, the greatest of all time. See, I'm really biased with this.
Be biased. It's your opinion. Be biased. Be all the bias that you want to be.
My forever favorite is Finn Balor. I've loved that man since he was Prince Devitt in New Japan. Since he was in Ireland wrestling, I love him. I love him forever, and no one can change my opinion.
All right, Weezy.
Of all time, and it's hard for me to even say it, I just say Ric Flair is usually, if we're talking all time, is the one that I give, because I know he's problematic as fuck too, and I probably shouldn't like him, but I keep going back. So I say Ric Flair, just because he's last. I mean, God, he transcends time. He just is always around, and even now, if the man comes back, people listen. So the fact that someone that has been in the game that long can really incite a reaction from people, I think is makes you a GOAT.
Okay. Damien, what about you?
Undertaker.
I like that.
That's plain and simple. I followed his career from USWA on. So, like, yeah. Like, I remember seeing him when I was, like, just, again, single digits. That's in the 80s. So, yeah.
The Don, what you got?
All right, so I'm going to give an unpopular opinion, and it's only because not last year, a couple of years ago, we did a GOAT tournament, and we kind of came up with that John Cena was the greatest of all time. And when we sit back and we really look at it for what it's worth, give the man his credit. Big Match John comes in and he delivers every single time. Whether you agree with, how he, politics and whatnot and everything behind the scenes, that's another thing. But if you look at like the span of what Cena has done since 2002 and is still doing, and he's not even in there full time, I gotta give it to John. So yeah, John Cena gets my if I had to pick one, it's Cena.
Yeah,
he'd be my number 2.
I like that. I think I'm going to be I've told everybody my favorite wrestler of all time is Rey Mysterio. However, if I'm going to go based on statuses of like considering them a GOAT, it's hard for me not to pick AJ Styles. Because that man not only did it in Impact or TNA, he did it in New Japan. He's done it in WWE. And, if he leaves and goes to AEW or wherever else he goes, he's going to probably do it there. But the man's been doing it. He's been doing it so well for so long that it's hard for me not to say him. So, yeah, I was like, AJ Styles got to be that guy. And it's tough for me too. It's like a coin flip because on the other side, I was like, "Yo, Chris Jericho."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. He can be in that conversation for sure.
Yeah.
But
He might
also,
be out of weight and really gross looking, but I mean,
but if you guys were part of our GOAT tournament that it was 2 years ago, you would have been shocked to see that, you know, the number 2 seed at the time, The Rock, got bounced in the first round.
He did. He sure did. He sure did. That was still shocking to this day.
It was a wild decision how that happened. So some of the other picks that are coming in from our fans, right? So Rick, we've had Cena, Jericho, Sting, and The Rock, actually. So solid picks.
Fair.
So
here's my only argument with Rock. And people don't talk about this a lot. Rock was only wrestling for 7 years before he left. He wasn't even in wrestling for a whole decade before he went and jumped to Hollywood. So it's like that 7 years compared to the other GOATs that we consider, they've putting in, 15, 20, even some of them like Flair, 30 years into the business. So it's hard to just say, the fact that people say Rock, it credits Rock's, ability in the 7 years that he did what he did.
Yeah, definitely.
Put on the level. But it's hard to put. That's my only argument for Rock is that was only there for 7 years. So that's the only reason I would never say Rock as a GOAT.
And it's tough too because like with The Rock too, like he only really got hot towards like
the end of his
5 years.
Yeah,
in the 5-year time span. Like, and at that, like 3 of them were like really peak where he was having those great matches with like Stone Cold and Triple H, and he was having the Angle match and Brock, right? So all those matches were coming along, but he was gone for a bit and then came back and did it all over again. I was like, dude, your career's kind of been all over the place. And while you have beaten people like Big Match John, like your impact in the sport is still talked about today. But when we talk about people across, years, they're still doing it. So I definitely had to go. But we're going to get into our next section. This is called Temp Check.
Temp Check!
So what are we talking about, Temp Check? We're going to talk about our hottest and coldest wrestlers of the week. Wheezy, I know that you haven't seen any wrestling, but you can still put out your hottest and coldest wrestler of the week. Doesn't matter. Okay. But we'll start that off. We'll start off with the Dark Lord. What you got for the hottest and coldest wrestler of the week?
I got my coldest wrestler.
This might be a dick move. A little bit. But that whole Planned Parenthood, Tony Khan, Forbidden Door thing. It was hot for a second, then it went cold. There you go. That's what I'm going with.
So
last week it was Brian Kendrick. Now this week it's
so the whole Forbidden Door, that whole
the whole thing,
the whole Forbidden Door,
the whole thing. I'm done. I'm over it. I am over it now.
You mean the thing that copyrighted so nobody else can say it?
You know what? I might do that.
No, Tony Khan did.
Did he?
Yes,
really?
I found that out over the past couple
All
days.
right, so remind me that if we ever go to a Planned Parenthood show and we come across him, to punch him in the dick. Like, go for a handshake and I'm just gonna dick punch him. And then I'm gonna whisper in his ear, you know why.
All right, so let's go to Lana. What's your heat check? What you got as the hottest and coldest wrestlers of the week?
Okay, my coldest wrestler would be Jade Cargill for that match. I don't know if any of you saw it. It was with AQA. It was such a terrible match, but I don't think it was Jade's fault. But it was just a terrible match all around. So, her, unfortunately. My hottest this week, I don't know. Probably Adam Hangman Page, because that was I'm still thinking about that match. It was just so good. I don't mean to be like an AEW person, but it's just what I like.
And that's fine. We're not even arguing about that part. Not like a lot of other people. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Give me hot cold. Don, it's you, man. What's your hot?
Oh, it's me.
cold?
Okay, my fault. All right,
Yeah.
so my coldest wrestler of the week, in the spirit of Chris Idol, is Sean Spears.
You're the man. I appreciate that. Thank you. You kept it alive. And you're not wrong. You're
I'm
not
gonna keep it
wrong.
alive. Sean Spears, coldest wrestler of the week. If you look at anything Sean Spears has done from when he was in WWE to now, good gracious, he's the coldest wrestler.
Yeah.
Point blank. So yeah, Sean Spears is my coldest wrestler. Got to keep it going. My hottest wrestler of the week. Hottest wrestler. I don't want to go with the usual, but I think I'm going to go with the usual.
Yeah, you should. You better.
I am going to go with the usual. He's my tribal chief. He is your tribal chief. Okay, he's the man that sits at the head of the table. He is the reigning, defending Universal Heavyweight
Later,
Champion.
lads. See ya. Thanks for having me.
Roman Reigns.
No.
We are the ones. Put your ones in the air for the tribal chief. That is my hottest wrestler. We're going in this week. We're kicking more Hall of Fame trash. We already kicked
Mr. Royce.
Kicked Edge out. Mr. Royce.
I mean, she's got a better career.
Peyton Royce does have a better career.
She does.
Wheezy, it's on you.
What?
It's on you. Who's your pick?
Oh hell, I don't know. Who's hottest of the week?
Roman Reigns.
I will. You know what? I'll do that. I'll say Roman Reigns because we're gonna. Since I didn't watch wrestling this week, we'll base it off of the amount of things that people ask me. That is the one thing people ask me every time that I'm going live on TikTok. Anytime that I do anything, I get asked about Roman Reigns, and I get asked if I acknowledge him. So I acknowledge him.
Yes. All
Give
right.
him
All right. So for me, what I'm going to go with,
No, it
coldest
doesn't matter.
wrestler.
Weezy acknowledged the tribal chief. We can move on now. We don't need
We
to
could
acknowledge
we
the
could.
tribal chief. We're good.
We could. But coldest wrestler of the
I
week.
should've
I'm
went
gonna be
for it.
honest because we've been missing somebody. Actually, Lana, no disrespect, but where the fuck is Finn Balor?
I know. I can't even go there. I know. It
Yo.
makes me sad. It makes me so sad what they're doing.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I was like,
They're just squishing him for no reason. Like, I just don't understand. It's
you just put the demon out and then that's it. Like you just don't want to give him anything else to
I
do.
know.
Like this man he's got so much charisma flowing out of him. You cannot put that man anywhere. Yeah, find him something. Is
I know.
ridiculous to me.
just something.
But I'm gonna say my hottest wrestler for the week, though. To be fair, this man had one of the best opening matches in a new company. So I'm gonna give my love to Uncle Keith Lee because that man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did-
That match was that debut was really, really good.
yeah, that was
Full
insane.
transparency. So I'm a personal trainer, and at the gym I work out, one of the cameramen for AEW actually goes there. And I had to ask him, I was like, what was it like just watching Isaiah Cassidy just soar through the air?
Oh, that man flew. He
Yeah.
flew.
He said from where I could see, right, that as he's going, he's just off feet. So he had to look up at the replay and he was just like, it was amazing. Because he's like, I just saw toes. I was like, that's awesome. If you guys are wondering, you guys can actually check him out too. In that match with Lance Archer and Hangman Page, he was the cameraman that got yelled at to get out of the way while Lance tore up the mat.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So we're gonna jump into our second topic. It's not really a debate topic in a sense, but it's more kind of like we just have to acknowledge it and try to help our best to kind of clean it up. So if you're on social media, you're well aware that there's a lot of toxicity in a fan base, whether it's Marvel, DC, football, right? Any sports, right? So, I mean, if, you in the Premier League, obviously people know, you like one team, you can't like any other team. But in wrestling, it's super bad. Like super bad. It's probably one of the worst among all fans, minus like Star Wars fans. Sorry.
Oh,
It is what it
Oh no!
is.
Oh god, I know, right?
No.
I'm a Star Wars fan too, but God
Yeah,
forbid, if
same.
I don't know the exact planet or moon that
Oh, yeah.
like Luke went to,
much.
I'm suddenly not that cool. I'm like, whatever. But we have to acknowledge it, right? Like in the base that there's so much problems going on in the wrestling community as far as like sexism, racism, like your preference, whatever it is. Like people just want to throw out like the randomest shit, and it feels like it does come from a lot like I don't want to say privileged males. We'll put it that way, because they all feel like they got to gatekeep and tell people, well, if you haven't been watching wrestling since XYZ, you can't be a real fan. And I look at those same people, I'm like, you guys are fucking full of shit, like all of you, because just because I can't recall the certain date and time of a certain event or how long that match went or who won the fucking title, I don't care. I've legit been watching the sport since 1990. I watched Macho Man get bit by a cobra in the ropes. That was my first opening intro to wrestling. And
Nice.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember a lot of shit that happened between the time frame. I barely can remember what I had for lunch today, let alone what I've done since then. So yeah, to me, I just kind of wanted to start it off by saying like it's kind of bullshit. Like if you think that you need to be a gatekeeper for the sport of pro wrestling, move to the fucking side. There's no reason to have you there. Because there's no reason to have a gatekeeper in general. You should be welcoming all fans, all walks of life, and introducing them to things that you enjoy. And if they don't enjoy what you enjoy, so fucking what? We just said it at the top of the show. Wrestling is subjective. Like who your GOAT is not necessarily going to be what somebody else's GOAT is, which is why we wanted to bring on such a big and diverse group of people to talk about this with. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to hand this over to Wheezy, and then we're going to go from there.
This week, dude. This week.
Yeah.
So, if anyone doesn't know, I'm a creator on TikTok and I dabble in a couple different topics. Wrestling is one of them. And it's not that bad majority of the time. I will say the majority of people that I come across on TikTok that are wrestling fans are fine. But there are the ones that roll up, and especially I feel like when you're a woman, they just immediately lose their shit. One, because they assume that you don't know what you're talking about. I've also been told that I only watch it because you're just watching guys in the ring, like, which doesn't make any sense to me at all, because I don't know one woman that I would ask that's like, yeah, I love watching those guys bounce off the ropes in the ring. It's so hot. Like, no one fucking says that. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. But it's toxic to everyone. So that's what I'm not. I don't understand why it's that way, or the superiority complex, like you said, of well, I've been watching it. I had a guy in my TikTok live the other day that was like, well, I hate everything that's going on right now because I'm an OG fan and I've been watching it since the late 70s and the 80s, and everything they're doing today is terrible, and everyone that's on the indies it doesn't even know what they're doing. And just, I'm like, excuse you. Yeah, no, really.
I'm on the indies. I resent that. I know
I'm
exactly
on the indies.
what I'm doing.
I resent that.
He wasn't about it. He
Dad,
wasn't
stop
about it.
lying. You have no idea what you're doing.
You're right. I really
Flying
don't.
by
I'm
the
just
seat of your
going by.
pants.
The prime of everything was WCW. He said WCW was the best, and everything else after that was just garbage, and everyone copied off of WCW. That was his argument. And he said that everyone today is just trying to be somebody else. And
Oh, he's seen now.
that was it.
But that's
I cut him
so
off.
wild.
But I don't know. I like I'm what Lana's experience is being in the wrestling space, because I stopped going to shows in general. I don't talk about it a lot, but I stopped going to indie shows because it got really difficult dealing with being harassed all the time.
Yeah,
So
I've been there.
I don't go anymore.
Yeah, I was at one WrestleCon and I will never go again.
It's awful.
Yeah, I think I've encountered like a few different type of male wrestling fans. The ones that are like, oh, you're a girl and you like wrestling, that's fucking hot, which is probably the worst one. And then you have the ones who think you don't know anything and think you are just dumb. And then yeah, the gatekeepers is like, you're a girl, you can't like wrestling. This is a guy's thing. Like, it's. I think I've met them all, I've encountered them all, but you just try to brush them off. Especially the ones in the comments. They can be loud.
It's like wild though. Like my problem though is that like seeing it and being I'm a male, right? So I don't have that experience yet. I'm sure there's gonna be some female in there that's gonna like try to run me down about something. But on the for females though, and I talk about this a lot with a lot of the female wrestlers, right? Because I ask a lot of female wrestlers to come on our podcast, right, to talk about with now entering the ring. And the problem I have though is that I get nervous asking them to come on the podcast because I could only imagine so many dudes in their DMs like, hey yo, what you looking at though? What you got though? What's that mouth do though? What's this? What's that? Hey, you want to come be on my podcast? And then they go on the podcast, and then that podcast ends up being them like trying to do some crazy ass shit, right? Like I think it's maddening that dudes primitively just go into a primitive state when they like want to talk to a woman about something they naturally enjoy, right? And they're like, ooh, me like you like wrestling, we be together too. I'll beat myself with club. Like it's so dumb. Like, bro, like,
yeah.
Listen, women come to watch wrestling not to be hit on because they want to be entertained by wrestling, right? And I get tired of like seeing women always harassed. And it's like, to me, it's like, God damn, like, can you chill out? Because I know Chaz has a similar kind of experience because of him, because he's black. Sorry, y'all, I said it. But this man, like, they shit on him too. And I'm like, why? Why? When the current champion, Bobby, is there. I'm like, shut up, Chaz, please take it, man.
So okay, so as far as the racism aspect of it, Cliff, there's this one town we both run this town, and it doesn't help that our gimmick is we're the angry black men, like we're the thugs, like that's the gimmick, because like they are that's what they think of us. Well, I'm just gonna do the gimmick. It's good heat. Whatever. So I've had old cowboys ready to fight me after the show. I mean, I did incite it. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was in his face. I definitely opened the guardrail and told him to do something. So I mean, I kind of expected it, but yeah. There's that, but that's another thing. You're gonna find it in any sport. It's just that's it's sad, but that's just something that's still in our culture, and it's going to be a while before we ever really get rid of it. I mean, we still have we got NFL doing the end racism things on their helmets and stuff like that. It's never going to go away. Keith. Shout out to Keith.
Shout out to Keith, because Keith knows exactly what we're talking about.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because like I said, I've had friends. Even the experience even worse. They were called monkey. While they were in the ring. Yeah, like it's toxic. Now I can speak on the Twitter aspect because I'm always on Twitter. I'm addicted to Twitter, and if y'all have any social media therapists, send them my way because I'm addicted to Twitter. And wrestling Twitter is the most toxic Twitter fandom, legitimately, and I'm in a bunch of them. Like it's terrible. Wrestling Twitter sucks. Interesting, but sucks. It's out of pocket. The stuff that people say behind the keyboard and in front of a screen, like, because a lot of the times these people, they're like fat and live in their mom's basement a lot, like, and they don't even have real profile pictures. My new policy is if you don't have a real profile picture and more than 200 followers, you're not worth my time. You're getting blocked.
Sure. Not on TikTok.
Like, I refuse to go back and forth with people who don't have a profile picture. Like your profile picture is a whole nother human being. Like, no. So it's bad, but people like Cliff, like you said, it's a tribalism like type of thing. People like, you can't have my wrestling. My wrestling was this way, and it's going to be this way, and I have this memory of what it was, and what it is not what it is now. So this is terrible. And we do this with regular TV. Like when shows get revived. Not saying that all revivals, shows that they bring back are bad or good, but we get first thing we say, oh, the original was better. We're always quick to say that, yeah, the original was better, whether it is or not. I just think that as our culture, we don't like change.
No, we don't.
As people, we don't like change, whether it's our TV, whether it's our, politics, whether it's like what type of bread you bought this week. Like, we don't like change. And so I think that's the biggest thing with wrestling, the community being so toxic. Because once you try to change something, oh, no, you suck. Everything sucks. Which is why people hate AEW so much, because they're trying to change, the wrestling scene on television, and no one likes that.
Yeah, that's not why I hate them. So.
I know that's not why you hate them. I know.
All right, let's get that clear.
But yeah, Dark Lord, give us your piece, man.
So, all right, I've been watching wrestling for a while, so I've seen and been through a lot of the changes. Shut up.
First of all, like, don't downplay that you weren't there for their first wrestling match ever.
Right.
That may be true.
That's how old you are.
However, wrestling in general has always been toxic. If you really, really think about it. Like, think about it like back in the day.
Yeah.
Heels were getting death threats. Having to be escorted out by cops because, they were getting so much heat. So it's like, it's always been a toxic thing. And then you have to think of, our grandparents, the way that they've grown up, or great-grandparents, in some of the cases, probably, or great-great-grandparents, we figure. I'm not really sure how the age gap is here right now. But yeah, and our parents, it was different. And now that, I guess, I'm gonna be nice instead of calling everybody a bunch of pussies right now, but the way that people have become a little bit more aware, and a little bit more, I guess, caring. That would be the nice thing to say.
Wow, you read that very well.
Things have changed, but that's the change that needs to happen, though. That's the thing. This is something that is necessary, because you're getting younger and younger fans getting into this, getting into the community, and it's like, without the change, it's not going to get better. Like, it's going to fail. It happens in business. If things don't get better, that business goes out of business.
Right.
So, like, it's a necessary change. It's just that, like you said earlier, people don't like change. But it's a necessary change. It's a good thing that a lot of this shit is coming out. It's a good thing that, people are being held accountable for their actions. And, it sucks that you, like you say, you got people behind the keyboard, talking shit. But, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, it is just talking shit when it really comes down to it.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got it. It sucks, but at least it's somewhat getting better. Because as the old guard gets phased out, they start pushing up daisies. Things will get better. So, like, I mean, my wife, she's not like a hardcore wrestling fan, but she's a wrestling fan, and she enjoys talking wrestling with me. It's awesome. And getting her viewpoint as a female, she's dealt with oh, you like wrestling, blah blah blah. It's sickening and gross, but unfortunately, it happens everywhere. It's just wrestling. It's just really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head, but it's funny how we still have like people who want to put out those pre-notions, and then like what makes it even better is like when you see like non-wrestling fans, two of the people on this panel, well, three people on this panel are gonna know what I'm talking about. They just want to come after you and talk to you that, well, you know that wrestling's fake, right? So that shit can't be real. Just like you don't go to the gym. Listen, we all know about the calf situation, okay? Y'all need to chill out about that shit. Don't worry, Damien. I'm gonna include you in it. You'll see. So anyway, we're gonna move over. We're gonna talk about our third topic. So this Saturday, right, is the Elimination Chamber. It is crazy to think that this is already here. Like, just means WrestleMania is right around the corner. But we are gonna be playing If I Had the Pencil. Chaz is usually the guy who leads this. I will be leading it today. And then we're going to talk about all the matches. And if you had the pencil, who would you have to win your match? So
I have the scores. I have the scores for everybody from Royal Rumble, by the way. I forgot to do
I don't want to hear those. That's bullshit. Do we get partial points because of, that whole ending of...
You got the full point. You got a full point for the Roman match, yes. So
okay, I was kind of figured about.
Roman technically still is, Universal Champion, even though he did lose by disqualification, but he still technically wins. You still get the full point because he retained in the end. So yeah.
All right, cool.
So, all right, so let's go. Let's start. Well, let's see. We'll start with Anthony. Anthony's not here, but his score 2 out of 6, 33% correct.
Oh, he gonna.
I know. That's why I did. Yeah. But Damien, I have your score.
Okay.
2 out of 6, 33%.
Damn. I shouldn't have picked what Justin picked. Damn it.
No, but you got a full point too, because that means you technically like 1 out of 6.
I know 1 out of 6, technically. Yeah. I never do good at those. I never do.
You would think that we watch wrestling for a living to do a podcast on it.
We still not know what the fuck goes on.
Oh God, no! This is why I don't bet on wrestling.
All right, so Chris Idol, because you picked his pick, 2 out of 6, so he's 33%. So Josh, he got 3 out of 6, he's 50%. Cliff and I, we tied for 4 out of 6 with 66%.
Yeah, y'all didn't do much better. We did horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over 50%. So
it doesn't matter. You still got 2 wrong.
Yeah, both rumbles. I got the rumble wrong. I'm fine with that.
It's a 1 in 30 shot that you're gonna get.
Like, the best score you can low key get out of this is, let's say you get 1 rumble. You manage to get 1 rumble pick right. The best you're gonna get is 5. You're not getting both rumbles. If one of us gets both rumbles, I'm quitting. This show is ending. It is over.
I did that.
You know what? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it next year.
Yeah, did I do it last year? I got both right. I'm pretty sure I did it last year.
He's like looking back. He's got to look back at his notes.
I gotta find it.
I'm pretty sure I got it. Anyway, why don't you look that up?
Yeah, because wait a minute.
While he's looking up. All right, so let's get into our first match.
The last show
for you.
Exactly.
I have all logins. I know how to keep the show running. All right, so our first match that we have is going to be a tag match with Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte and Sonya Deville. So if I had the pencil, Lana, who would you have winning?
Oh, Ronda. Ronda and who's she with again? Naomi. No, yeah, Ronda and Naomi. I can't see Ronda losing.
Wheezy.
Ronda and Naomi. I'm so excited that Naomi is doing something. I want her to win.
Yeah.
And I don't mind Ronda, so.
Okay. Dark Lord, who you got?
Oh, see. Like I want to pick Ronda and Naomi, but I can't bet against the Queen. I can't do it.
Why?
I can't. I never bet against her. I can't. Can't start now. I have to go with Fucking Charlotte and Deville, I guess. Damn it.
All
Hard.
right, Chaz, who you got?
Who I got? Oh, isn't it obvious? I love Ronda Rousey.
I'm well aware of who you're picking.
I know, you shouldn't even ask them. You should have just kept
You
going.
should have just kept that going. Ronda Rousey. And if I die on that hill. If she lose, I don't care. I'll take the L if they lose. I love Ronda Rousey.
I'm taking Ronda as well, but I'll even put one out there further and just say Sonya Deville is taking the pin.
Oh yeah, if somebody's taking the pin, she's definitely taking the pin.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be the queen. It's definitely not going to be the queen. No.
Sonya's tapping
Hands
out.
down.
That's what's happening.
She's either
All
tapping out or Naomi's going to get that pinfall.
Right. All right, so let's move up. Before we do the eliminate, we're not going to do elimination. We'll do the Elimination Chamber matches last. So our next match that we have is Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss, and we'll go in the same order. So who do you got, Lana?
I got Madcap.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I'd like to see him win. Be chaotic. Chaotic.
Oh, here we go. I found the Rumble picks.
Yo, we found them fast.
Well, it's not a very big notebook for him. He has like 12 pay-per-views to look at. He could have gone back 6 pages. He would have found it.
Yeah.
So, you did not get both Rumbles right.
Which one was it that I got right? We had 2.
You got the women right. You got the women right. You got the men wrong. You picked the Fiend.
Oh yeah, I did. I picked a Fiend. That's right. But I thought there was an event that we had. I know there was an event. I'm just misrecalling that I called both winners in, and I just can't remember which one it was.
Wasn't that one, buddy?
It wasn't. Anyway, your pick.
Oh, for this one, I'm going with Drew.
Your name's not Wheezy, but that's cool.
Oh, I thought you saw it was on. Oops, my fault.
Wow.
Okay, I'm picking Drew too, so it's same answer.
See, look,
Yeah.
I answered before.
Dark Lord.
Thank you.
I'm hopefully this match is long enough for me to go eat breakfast, take a shit, smoke a blunt, so I don't have to see it. Just want to put that out there right there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I guess I gotta pick one though, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Fuck me. Hold on? So Madcap wins. The shit's gonna keep on going. I'm hoping Drew wins. So we're gonna go with Drew.
Who did Madcap beat recently in a pay-per-view? Was it Kofi? He beat a big name.
Did he? Really?
Who was that?
I don't know. I don't watch his matches. I literally go.
I remember him winning
his
it though.
matches either.
But I think you know what? I can't help it. I kind of think this is gonna go to WrestleMania where it's gonna be Happy Corbin versus Drew. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Madcap as well. I see the play. All right. So moving
I
up.
want to push him down the steps.
I do too. So this is the Tag Team WWE SmackDown Championships, and we have the Usos versus the Viking Raiders. So
I got the Viking Raiders. I just don't like the Usos.
Hey.
I'll leave again, lads. I'll talk to you later.
No. You stay. I'll go.
Chaz, get back here. It's Black History Month. You can't leave.
You're right.
Oh, that's what he's using.
I like the Usos, but I'm gonna go with the Viking Raiders.
Okay. Dark Lord.
Oh, my turn. Oh yeah, I can't go against the bloodline. Sorry. Usos all day long. Just saying. I mean, it makes sense. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Chaz. Yep. Yeah.
Fair.
Not even gonna front. I'm not even gonna front. I'm going with the Usos as well.
I'd
right.
be shocked if legitimately though, all jokes aside, that'd be
I'd be happy for him.
I'd be happy for the
It'd be-
Viking Raiders, yes.
Yeah, and I'd be shocked.
It'd be a shock because that'd be like what? And then playing off of, going into WrestleMania, how that's going to affect Roman and all that. I'm like, I want that
they're
to
gonna-
happen just to see the story and how that plays out. That gives it different layers. But yeah,
if they're gonna do it, now is the time to do it.
Yeah, if they would,
Perfectly
because
fine.
who the Usos going to drop it to? Really, like, let's be be reasonable. Right now, who could they drop it to?
I don't know, man. Los Lotharios, man. They got that steam coming.
Aren't they on Raw?
No, on SmackDown.
Really?
They just beat Big E and Kofi since they won't acknowledge him as the New Day until Xavier comes back. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're gonna go on to our next match. We do have Becky Lynch versus Lita. So let's go around.
This is so difficult because Lita is my fave. Like, I absolutely love Lita, and I'd love her to stick around for like a couple of months. But I don't think she's gonna win. I do think it's Becky.
Wheezy, it's on you.
I also want it to be Lita because, again, Lita's my absolute favorite too. So I would love that to happen, but it's gonna be Becky.
Yeah.
The Dark Lord.
I think even the ladies that would like it to be Lita. That would be really cool. But yeah, big time back.
Yeah, and Don.
Yeah, I'm going with Big Time Bex. I would like for it to be Lita because I don't like Big Time Bex. I like the man.
Yeah, I miss the man.
Yeah, see, okay, so I'm not the only one.
No, I do too, but I'm kind of enjoying this though a little bit with her too. Like I'm enjoying the journey that she's taking.
But me and Cliff had this.
But I do miss the man
phone this week.
Oh yeah, no.
Me and Cliff were talking about on the phone. I was like, I don't know. I just miss the man.
Yeah. I feel like she just wasn't.
Come on, the man comes around like when she, bro, like that used to get me hyped. Now she coming here looking like what you call it? What's that one? The chick that the girl from Dr. Phil. Come meet me outside. How about that?
Is it Bad Barbie? Is that her name?
No, not Bad Bunny.
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie.
Barbie.
Is it Barbie? Is Bad Barbie? Is that her name?
I thought it was Baby.
Is it Baby? See, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was Bad Baby, but I was like, no, I don't think that's it. But yeah, it's her dressing like that now, I don't like it. It throws me off. I like the leather jacket, this.
I like her being flashy. It's fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious, but
that's why I enjoy it. Like she's having fun.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Becky. I would also wish it was Lita, but I'm also going to take Becky. As far as her being flashy, her husband is doing it way better than
definitely. Oh, damn, hands down, yes. Yes, her husband is killing it.
Every time I see Seth Rollins come out, I dance with him every time. My man, he gets the. I'm all for it every time, because he cannot dance for nothing.
Oh, God,
so good.
No, he can't. It's horrible, but it's great. It's great
to see him do it.
So let's get into the singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. It is Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, versus the man who only has 5-minute matches, Goldberg. Let's go around the horn.
This makes me really mad because I don't want to see Goldberg back at all. But I also don't want Roman to win. I hate the fact that I have to say it's going to be Roman. Like, that kills me. It kills me. But yeah, it's going to be Roman. I can't see Goldberg winning. And if he does, it'll be... I don't think I'd be as mad as many people would be if Goldberg won, but I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, Roman. Probably the only time I'll ever say that, by the way.
Ah,
All right, Wheezy.
I'm pretty torn on it because for some reason, I feel like there's just this slight little possibility before WrestleMania that they'll have Goldberg do it. But I'm gonna say Roman. But I do feel like there is just this smidge of possibility that they might throw a curveball and have Goldberg win it. But we'll see.
All right, Dark.
When I found out about this match, I was so angry. I was at work. Everybody ran back to the kitchen. It was like, what's wrong?
Oh no.
Because all I could do was yell, fuck. Ah!
I totally can just picture that happening. Like you at work, and you do that. Yeah, that's actually entertaining now.
Ooh, I was so mad. Like I don't want this match to happen. Like I want to go find Goldberg and take him out before like he gets there. Like with what was it? What happened to Nancy Kerrigan back in the day with the pipe? Yeah, like
damn.
Just take out the kneecap. You know, just take it out.
He's joking.
Ooh, that is intense, man.
I might be joking.
If anything,
I might be joking, but I'm not really. I'm being serious.
He's not joking.
Hold on. Where does he live at again?
I mean, you could find him in the beautiful city of Riyadh on
Right.
Saturday.
I could take off for a week. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Catch him right before you get ready to walk out for his entrance. Look, if it ain't Roman, I am starting a riot in Utah. I'm just letting you know that right now. It'd be a one-man riot.
I can just see Damien holding like a giant banner, just walking down the middle of the street, holding the parade for himself.
So it better be Roman. It better be. So yeah, that Roman's my pick. Yeah.
Don.
My tribal chief. Your tribal chief. The man that sits at the head of the table. He is the reigning, defending, universal heavyweight champion and will be leaving the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Still, universal champion. The tribal chief Roman Reigns is my pick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front, man. I think, you know what? I think Goldberg is gonna get Goldberged, so I'm gonna give it to. 100% gonna give it to Roman. Think he's just gonna win. Although I would not lie, he has beaten the Fiend in Saudi Arabia, and he's knocked off a couple other.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
I mean, his only loss was to The Undertaker.
I know. Just don't remind me, please. Don't.
He has a winning record in Saudi Arabia, so it could happen.
God.
Oh man, you're making my head hurt.
So let's spin it around the block one more time. We're gonna talk about the women's elimination chamber match. Now, in this match, we have Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki, almost a superhero, and then a to-be-determined superstar. So, who do we have winning?
I think it really depends on who's going to be announced. Like, it's really hard. Like, if it's Bayley is coming back, possibly Bayley, but then if it's Bliss, it could possibly be Bliss. But from the people that are there at the moment, I'd say Liv.
I like that pick. All right, Wheezy.
I'm gonna say Doudrop. Oh my bad. Yeah, I'm gonna say Doudrop. It just, for some reason, that stands out to me. I am curious though too, like you said, for whoever the last entrant's gonna be.
Yeah.
If it's Bayley, I pick Bayley. So I love Bayley.
Love Bayley.
All right, Dark Lord.
So actually, for any of these ladies to win would be cool actually. So it'd be a big, feather in their cap. Is it bad that I almost forgot everybody else that was supposed to be in that match against Heat?
No, it's not.
Okay. Who's in the match again?
So
Liv
you have
Morgan.
Liv, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, and Nikki ASH.
I'm gonna go with the TV determined. That's gonna be my pick. I'm gonna go on the limb. I'm gonna go for the unseen.
Okay. Well, we'll give you an extra point. I just made that rule right now. If you can tell me who that person is gonna be.
Ooh, so let's see who's not in there. Ooh, I got two in my head right now. You know what? It's Bailey. It's about time for her to come back, right?
Okay.
Let's go with that one. That'd be cool.
Don, who do you got?
I'm probably going with the to be determined, and I think the to be determined is going to be Bailey.
Okay. I will also be taking to be determined, but my pick is going to be Asuka.
Yeah, I forgot about her.
She was on that list of people that I was thinking too. That's why I said I was torn.
It's crazy to think that a lot of people have like forgot about Asuka because
I haven't.
aside from Asuka, right? You have Bailey possibly coming back. Sasha Banks hasn't even been announced, right?
Sure.
You could have someone like Trish Stratus in there. That's a good call, Keith. He just popped up in our chat with it. Another person that could be possibly popping up, Alexa Bliss. We mentioned her. And what about Lacey Evans? Like,
Yeah.
True. You're right. Actually, I totally forgot about her.
I did.
I mean, I'm happy I forgot about her, but I totally forgot about her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I liked her before she started doing that stuff with Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It was like that
was,
killed it for me.
short-lived.
Like, but I enjoyed her so, like, I don't know. I enjoy her more as a heel, too. Like, as a face, like, it's yeah, it just doesn't work. Just that gimmick of her does not work. Her as a heel is amazing. And her
Yep.
earlier on as a fucking heel was fucking amazing. So I totally forgot about her.
So let's get into the men's side of things. We're going to talk about this Elimination Chamber match. We have Bobby Lashley. We have Brock Lesnar. We have Seth frickin' Rollins. Austin Theory. We have Riddle. And we have AJ Styles. So who do we think is coming out with the WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber?
Ooh. I don't know. This one I'm torn. I'm really torn. Like I could see Brock doing it, like I could. And I really don't want it. But I could see it. You know? Yeah, I'm gonna say Brock.
Okay. Wheezy.
No, I don't know. That's hard. Because I'm trying to think of what could happen at WrestleMania. Lashley or who has it now? Lashley?
Lashley has it.
Lashley? Either Lashley's gonna win or for some reason I want to say Rollins. I'm gonna say Lashley.
Okay. Dark Lord.
So this is what I'm gonna go with. See, I'm calling it now. The main event for WrestleMania is going to be Brock versus Roman for both championships. Our Tribal Chief can take both championships, so Brock is winning.
Okay. Don, it's on you.
So, like, I got a couple of what you call it. I have it's either Brock or it's either Riddle. I don't know which two. I'm not sure yet. I'm going with Riddle because I don't want it to be Brock. So Riddle.
Interesting.
I like that pick as well. I think I'm gonna go. My heart's gonna go with Brock. Just because I feel like that's just the way that they want to tell that story. They want to continue doing that whole thing. And eventually they're going to want to do 2-belt tribal chief, and someone's going to market that shit all over the place. Otherwise, if I had my personal pick, it would be Riddle, because I love watching Matt Riddle in the ring just do his thing. So I would go that way. But those are all of our picks for that. Actually, let's talk about one more, because we do have the Super Bowl is coming on, right? We have the Bengals and the Rams. So we'll go around the horn one more time and, tell us who you got. So,
I have
Lana.
no idea about the Super Bowl. I have absolutely. I don't even know what the Rams are.
Bait me.
Or which
Sorry.
It's okay. You're not missing anything if it makes you feel any better.
Okay, so wait, can everyone else go and then I'll go, because I might have a more better idea of who I should
Well,
go.
I'm going to take the Rams. I'll just be upfront and honest. I'm taking the Rams. Wheezy, who you got?
The Rams, Matthew Stafford.
I know. It's like Detroit is like representing in the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, Detroit.
Yeah, the Rams.
Eminem, Detroit. As soon as if Matthew Stafford wins the Super Bowl, I felt like all of Detroit's could be like, we won the Super Bowl too.
Yes, that's going to be RW, because we're never going to get one, and that's going to be it. We'll celebrate.
Get what you can get,
Dark
right?
Lord.
Yeah.
I was really shocked about who was in the Super Bowl this year. I was yeah. So I think I'm really shocked that the Bengals are in there. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals. What they've been a couple other times and never won it. So you know what? I think they're gonna be fighting the hardest. So let's see. See if they get cold feet or not. Maybe if they cut the lights off, they might be able to get the W.
I don't think so. All right, Don, it's on you.
Being from Baltimore, I will never cheer for a division rival. So
yeah, true.
Off jump, I'm going for the Rams.
Off
that's
jump,
the only reason.
Just the only reason.
And I had Matthew Stafford on my fantasy team this year, and he was giving me my points. So
okay, I understand. I get it.
I'm not rooting for no darn Bengals. Fuck the Bengals.
Listen, I'm upfront honest when I tell people that my favorite player of all time is Von Miller, because he used to play for the Broncos. We traded him to the Rams, and now he is in the Super Bowl. So that is the reason why I'm cheering for the Rams. So, Lana, now you have all of our opinions. So now let's hear from you.
Oh, God. I don't understand any of it at all. So
it's a 50-50. Hey, worst case that's going to happen is that I put this clip up that you're like, I don't know, I picked this team. The other half of the team's just going to come into your comment section.
Yeah.
All right, let them come. Yeah, we'll go with the Rams.
There you go. See, all Bengal fans, it's at Lana Banana on TikTok. So we do have the greatest segment of all the 3 Count podcasts, and everybody keeps asking me when I'm doing Out Into the Ring, well, what is that? It's the Red Dog Power Rankings. It's happening right now.
Danger zone.
I really love how this start with the song, right? And then just quickly evaporated. And it just went to you and Josh playing the guitar and drums. So let's talk about the power rankings, right? So these are my favorite matches from the week. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I wasn't going to give you guys my favorites. So let's get into one other honorable mention that I want to talk about, right? So Los Lotharios versus the New Day on SmackDown. We're getting into number 10, which is the Young Bucks versus Roppongi Vice on Rampage. I thought this was a lot of fun. So if you guys didn't get a chance to, go check out this match. It was great. Number 9 is going to be Uncle Keith Lee versus Isaiah Cassidy on Dynamite. That was a hell of an intro. We're going to jump into number 8. It was Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory on Raw. So peeps that match. Number 7, this is going to be a surprise one for everybody. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus Rich Swann and Rhino at Impact. Definitely go check out this tag match. It was a lot of fun to check out. Jump into number 6. It was the Creed brothers versus the Grizzled Young Veterans on NXT 2.0, because I'm a massive fan of what's going on right now. We're going to jump into number 5. It is Jungle Express versus the Gun Club, a part of Rampage. So pretty high. Number 4, we're jumping in with CM Punk and John Moxley versus FTR and Dynamite. Yeah, I love how you just sat there and you like number 4. And yeah, I know you're muted, so I just want to, for our audio listeners, Chaz just looked at me confused. Because our number 3 match is going to be AJ Styles versus Damian Priest on Raw. I thought that was a great match. It belonged up there. Our number 2 match, and this is probably the one that sneaks in the most, Charlotte Flair versus Naomi on SmackDown, was a barn burner. It was a killer of a match. It made me go on this roller coaster ride. I definitely enjoyed every minute of it. So that was what it was. Number 1, it was Hangman Page versus Lance Archer on Dynamite. I mean, let's be real. That blood fest was what it was supposed to do, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So we're going to, one last thing I need. Lana, can you let our listeners and our viewers know where they can find you?
Just on TikTok, Banana_1. That's it. Come say hi.
Wheezy as well.
On TikTok, you can find me at Wheezy Blonde, or on Instagram, it's at @WheezyBlonde.
There you guys have, okay? They gave you their handles too, okay? Don't bug them, all right? They talk about their content, okay? They don't need you. Don't slide in their DMs and be like, hey, yo, like, I saw you on the 3 Count podcast. You seem kind of... Shut up, okay? You don't have anything productive to say. Just shut up. Just move along. Swipe up, okay? Like the video first and then swipe up, all right?
You know we have a lot of creeps. You know we have a lot of creeps that listen to us, so...
But you guys see all of our handles down here below, right? You know, the 3 Count Pod, at 3 Count Pod, or even like on Twitter itself, 3count_pod. Go follow, go give us likes, and, you know, tell us that we suck, and we 100% will agree with you. But more importantly,
we're horrible.
We're terrible. We're trash. But more importantly, guys, we enjoyed you guys. Thank you for coming in, commenting, talking with us.
You're trash, dude.
Anyway. Much loves. We'll see you guys. Don't forget to buy a t-shirt, prowrestlingtees.com, or, you know, here in the future, you'll see us at whatamaneuver.net. Go pick up our merch, and we will see you guys next week for the debate show. Peace. We out.
Go Rams.
Hey guys, it's the host of the 3 Count, you know, Chaz Evans here. Make sure to let you know that I don't run shit, I don't do shit, I just talk shit. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. What else did you do? You should also follow us on all social medias. That's the Facebook at 3 Count Podcast, the Instagram at 3 Count Pod, and the Twitter at 3count_pod. Also, if you like us a lot, you should definitely buy a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod, and that's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE, because you're not going to find anything. So make sure you follow us at 3 Count Pod or 3count_pod on Twitter and buy a shirt. Be there or be somewhere else.